Ha! I have somebody with me. I just don't know who it is. See if anybody else cares to join us. Oh, there's a couple of people on. Say hi if you are watching. I can see some eyes on me, but I can't see who it is. Tammy's here. Hi, Tammy. Who else have we got? Who else is with me for my self-isolation party? Last night, self-isolation party. Hi, Gina. Gina's here. I can't play any music, unfortunately, for my closing party. Gina Lopez from Oklahoma, USA. Hello, Gina from Oklahoma, USA. Yes, I can't play music. I tried it once and Facebook shut me down because of the performance rights, presumably. So don't play music anymore. If I have more than one glass of wine, I may sing for you, which would be nice for everybody concerned. Hi, Tammy. I am a little bit early. I was a bit quick off the mark today, very keen. It is the start of the weekend after all. Once we've finished here, for me anyway. See if we get anybody else. I'm sure we will. So, last day today, and today was a terror barrier day. As I said yesterday, the terror barrier tends to show its ugly head, tends to rear its ugly head. Round about once, well, it's less than 7 in thinking into results. So once people have really got to grips with what they actually want in life, they've really started to get attached to that goal and started to believe that it's actually possible, and they understand the relationship between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind and why they're not doing what they need to do to achieve what they want to achieve, and they learn how to change their habits so that they are the habitual behaviour is driving them forwards towards this goal. As soon as they start to see things moving and they start to see actually this is going to be a reality, suddenly the terror barrier hits, because there's all these things suddenly that start coming up, all these doubts and fears, and oh my god, that means I might have to speak in front of people. Oh god, what my family going to say? What's my partner going to think? What if I change? What if I leave people behind? All these things start to come up for people. And actually, when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, hi Dan, once you get down to the nitty gritty, we worry about, most of the things that we worry about, we shouldn't be worrying about. There's a very tiny percentage of things that we just can't control. And, if you can't control it, then what's the point of worrying about it? Because worrying about it's not going to change it. The vast majority of things we can control, so you do something about it. And putting plans in place beforehand, thinking about these things beforehand, thinking about what worries me, what would be a potential concern, what's holding me back, what's making me fearful of moving forward. If you think about those things in advance, you can put things in place to stop that, so that when you actually get there and the terror barrier does hit, you're prepared for it, and you can take a deep breath, say, okay, I prepared for this, I knew it was coming, I'm just going to put these things in place and do it anyway. And that's what happens with terror barrier. You have to do it anyway, because what happens is, the reason it comes up is that your conscious mind, remember we spoke about your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, your conscious mind starts to have all these new ideas and starts to think, ooh, maybe I need to do this, and I should do this and I should do that. And as you start to get emotionally involved with those ideas, as you start to mull them over and really think about them, and you're repeatedly thinking about them, they start to move down into your subconscious mind. And when they do that, your paradigm goes, whoa, no, that's not what we do. We don't. What if this happens, or what if that happens, and what will this person say, what will that person say? And it kicks it back out, and you go back to doing what you were doing before. You step back into comfort, and what you need to do is push through it anyway. And that's where the value of being in a community, a like-minded community, can help you do that. You need people around you who will support you and help you stand in your power moving forward, rather than saying, do you think you ought to, or do you think, what if this happens, or what if that happens, which is what tends to happen with the muggles around us. Those people who aren't used to, who don't know what we know, they go into fear, they go into jealousy sometimes, and they will sabotage you with all their stuff that they pile on you. Gina, you said this challenge is available till Sunday. What time till your time or USA time? I usually close it Sunday afternoon my time, Gina, so it will be around lunchtime USA time on Sunday. Hi David. Hi Genevieve. Yeah, so the group will stay open. There'll be no more, probably will be some more posts, but there won't be any more tasks after today. So you are welcome to go back and look over everything, redo the tasks if you want to, but it will close on Sunday. And the group closes, everything's deleted, and everybody's removed from the group, so I can prepare for the next free challenge. I know it's a bit early for most of you, but it is 7:25 my time. It's always 1 o'clock somewhere in the world, isn't it? So do we have any questions? Do we have anybody want any feedback? This is the last time I'll be live in here, so although the challenge group will be open, this is the last time you'll see me. So now is a good time to ask anything you need to ask, unless you're joining us in Thinking Into Results, of course, in which case you will be sick of me in 6 months' time, because you'll be seeing me 3 times a week. Well, more than 3 times a week, actually. Oh, that wine's a bit tart. It's not as good without the music, is it? I wonder if I could play it quietly, if I'd get away with it quietly. But they did just shut me down. They just took me off air last time, right in the middle of my party. My closing party. Haven't actually checked today that everybody can see me all right. I'm assuming you can. What are your social platforms to follow you on? I only really use Facebook, Gina. I'll put my Facebook. Put my Facebook page in the comments. So yeah, I use Facebook. Don't really use any of the other ones really, but I like to go live in Facebook. I do have a YouTube channel. Is it the same as Bob Proctor's? Is it the same as Bob Proctor's Facebook page? Not sure what your question means, Gina. It's not the same as Bob Proctor's Facebook page. I have my own Facebook page. Oh, she's got it. Yeah, if you follow me on Facebook, also we'll be doing the challenge again sometime in April. So you will get a message about that, so you can always register again for the April one. Brit got a lot of clarification on this task today, surprised me, but good. Good, Brit. Repetition, you see, repetition, repetition, repetition. Very, very important. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I've got an Instagram profile and a LinkedIn profile. I've probably got a Pinterest profile, but I don't use them. I just use Facebook. And I use Facebook groups for my clients and for events that I do and things. So Facebook seems to tick all the boxes for me. And I think it's where most people are. So I do have a website. Put my website in the comment as well. Don't do much on there. I tend to just Facebook things. And then I just build my own registration page and things for events that I have and programs and things. I'm pretty sure how I want to be. Still struggling on if I want to continue with what I'm doing or start something new. My job is physical and I'm getting old. Do you know what, Dan? I work with, I bet, well, first of all, the vast majority of my clients, I haven't worked it out, but I bet more than 85% of my clients are over 50. Most of them are over 60, actually. No, not most of them. Maybe half of them are over 60. Quite often they're looking for a change, just want something different, they don't know what. Quite a lot of people are stuck with feel confused because they don't know whether to carry on doing what they're doing or start something new. Very, very common, very common. I think we get to a certain point and start to realise that what we're currently doing isn't giving us the results we want. So we think maybe we should start something new, when actually it might just be that you need to start getting the results you really want with the thing that you're already doing. So first, you know, we usually start you with what you've already got and get the results, you know, get improved with the results with that, and then that gives you the leverage to start something new. Found it. Gina's found us on Facebook. Hi, Lynn. But yeah, I mean, if you're not joining us in Thinking Into Results, and I would, you know, I can't stress enough how, if you just get into Thinking Into Results, it will change everything within a matter of months. And I know that's easy for me to say. It wasn't easy for me to do, I can assure you. I had to borrow the money when I did Thinking Into Results, because I was in dire straits. I haven't really spoken very much about my story this time because I didn't want to bore you. But you know, everybody that comes into it, I mean, when I joined it, there wasn't a payment plan, put it that way. And most of my clients actually somehow managed to find the full payment. How some of them did it, I just don't know. But they, you know, it's about making a decision. It's about making a decision about whether you really, really want that goal. whether you're prepared to do what you need to do to achieve it. Because let's be honest, when all's said and done, if you haven't already achieved it up till now, what's going to be different in the next 10 years? You know, I know it's a bit of a harsh question, but it's true. That's the question I asked myself. I knew that the next 10 years were going to be a struggle if I didn't invest and get somebody to show me what to do. And you know, it's individual choice, but it's decisions. You know, you decide, you either do it or you don't, and that's you know, you're making the decision yourself, and you're taking responsibility for that decision. And all I can say is, virtually all of my clients say, I wish I'd done this decades ago. And that's what I thought when I did it. You know, I just thought, I wish I'd known this years ago. Because, God, if I'd started thinking into results in my 20s, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now. It's very good advice. I'm thinking you may be right. Yeah, sometimes it's not what you want to hear, Dan. One of Bob's friends, Mary Morrissey, talks about being confused. And she says, you know, when you're confused about something, you're not really confused. You know, the mind is perfect. The mind's never confused. It knows the answer to everything. Every question has an answer. Every problem has a solution. And your mind already knows that. And when we're confused, it's usually because we don't want to hear the answer that we know is right. If that makes sense. We already know the answer, but we don't want to admit it to ourselves because of what that would mean. So usually you just got to ask yourself, you know, be honest with yourself, sit quietly and ask, what do I know is the right answer to this? And the thing is, you know, Bob always says we don't have as many problems as we have decisions to make. And that's so true. If you think you've got a problem, it's usually just that you've got to make a decision about something. And once you make the decision, the problem's half solved. As long as you go into it committed and say, I've made the decision, I'm going to see it through, I'll take responsibility whether it was the right or wrong option. Once you make the decision, the problem's half gone. So, you know, get into the habit. This is why we say to people, this is why we teach people to make quick decisions. And that goes against what a lot of us have been taught. You know, we are kind of conditioned to thinking you've got to have all the information and you've got to get opinions from lots of different people that know and have done it. But all that does is adds to the conflict in your mind. It just adds to the confusion, you know, because you've got more and more opinions to take on board. Then you are kind of almost beholden to the person that's giving you the advice, because if you don't take their advice, you're going to have to explain why, probably, to them. Don't ask anybody. You don't need to ask anybody anything when you're making a decision. It's your life. It's your decision to make. It's your future. You make a decision based on what you want and see it through. And, you know, if it happens not to have been the best decision, then you take responsibility for it and fix it. Look at me, I haven't even had a glass of wine yet and I'm getting on my high horse. Oh, so I didn't finish what I was saying about Dan, where Dan said, my job is physical and I'm getting old. You know, I have a lot of clients who have physical jobs who aren't, you know, what I would call old anyway. But physical jobs take the toll on your body, and yeah, especially people who are, you know, therapists and healers, and you know, they're working on other people's body. I mean, that's tiring, not just because of the physical manipulation, but also because of the energy, because they're passing their energy to you a lot of the time, and if they're ill or they're you know, not emotionally well, all that energy, that negative energy can pass to you, and it's draining, you know. And really, that kind of career, that kind of profession, first of all, people don't charge enough. So, you know, like if you think about a footballer, for example, you know, a soccer player, the reason they get paid so many millions of pounds a year is because they have a short career, they say. So they are kind of compensating for the fact that they're going to have to retire early and look after themselves for longer. Well, people like healers and therapists and, you know, chiropractors, all those kind of professions, you can't go too long really because it just wears you out, but at the same time they're charging by the hour, they're not charging enough, they don't put away enough for retirement, so they feel like they've got to work longer. You know, it's a bad state to be in, really. You need to, if you're in a physical profession, you need to start to find a way out of it sooner rather than later, so that you're prepared for that and so that you can build up a cushion of cash, you know, because we all need a cushion of cash, especially going into our later years. And the thing is, when you're in the right business or the right career, you know, the thought of retiring doesn't enter my mind at all now. When I was in a job, when I was in employment, I was counting down, you know, I'd be like 35 years to go till I can retire. And I hear other people doing it. But now, because of the people I'm surrounded with now, because of the community that I'm in, and I mean, look at Bob. Bob's 86 in May. He's not going to retire. It just doesn't. It's not something that's ever discussed. You know, why would you want to retire when you absolutely love what you do, when you love helping people, and you love the people that you're surrounded by, and you love the money that you're making? Why would you want to give that up to just go and garden for a few years? So any more questions, any comments, any shares, any wins from this week? That'd be nice to see. Any wins? I really need to get more interesting background for these things, don't I? I normally have my banner behind me. I didn't last time, but I have a banner with Bob, a big picture of Bob. But the thing is, it's kind of here, his head's here, and then there's a quote underneath, but I kind of feel like Bob's watching over me for the whole week, so it gets a bit overbearing, so I decided not to have it this time. Well, we might have a short one tonight if we don't have any questions. So just a reminder then, Facebook group, the challenge finishes now, so no more tasks after today. The Facebook group will be open until Sunday evening my time. It's usually around 5 PM my time, so that will be about lunchtime on Sunday if you're in the States. So you need to make sure that you catch up, watch any videos you want to by then. You will see some posts in the group over the weekend. You'll see some stuff about thinking into results. You'll see some testimonials from people. This early bird offer that I've got on this week, is absolutely phenomenal. There's over £20,000 worth of value in there, and you can get started. If you want to pay in payments, you do need to make a deposit of 1977, and then the rest you split over the year. You know, you pay 11 payments over the rest of the year. That is totally different to how you normally pay for thinking into results. Okay, it's normally £5,000 just for 6 months, and this is a 12-month package that you're going to get working with me if you register this week. So please check out the details. All the challenge bonuses will disappear on Sunday at midnight. So if you are interested, make sure you register. If you want to speak to me before you register, send me an email to support@emmahaig.com. So support@emmahaig.com. I'm happy to chat with you beforehand if you want to, about registering, if you're not worried, if you're worried maybe it's not right for you, or you're not sure how it works or whatever. I'm perfectly happy to arrange a chat for next week, and I'll hold that early bird offer for you. But the early bird offer is only for you lot. I've put it together just for you people in the 5-day challenge, and all the bonuses that are in there, nobody else is going to get those bonuses. So make the most of it, because especially the time we're in at the moment, where we've all maybe got a little bit more time at home, time to concentrate on it. Who doesn't want to hit the ground running once this is all over? You know, and everybody else wakes up from the hibernation that they've been in, and this fear bubble that everybody's been in. We're going to be working together. We're going to be working together 3 times a week over that time. You're going to get clear on what you want, clear on how to do it. You're going to have the support to do it. We'll be putting action plans together. You'll be way ahead in a few months' time when this is all over. Got a great sense of humour. What is that link? What link are you after, Gina? Is it the Thinking into Results link? Shall I put it in? I think if you mean the early bird link, I've put it in the comments, Gina. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. Yeah, Tammy, I get a lot of people that tell me I'm quirky. Never quite sure how to take that. I don't think I'm quirky. I think I'm just English. I think that's what. It's usually Americans that call me quirky. I think I'm just English. Right, well, last chance for any questions. Last chance. Because I'm not going to be teaching on the laws today. So I'm just going to be sat here looking at you if we don't have any more questions. Sat here looking at you drinking wine. You know, this comment that Tammy's made, I hope to try TIR one day when I can. The longer you leave it to do something, like I always say to people, you don't know how long it's going to take you. You know, it's a 6-month, okay, I've made it into a 12-month program, but it's normally a 6-month program. You're not going to achieve your C-type goal in those 6 months. That's not what happens. What happens is we teach you how to achieve your C-type goal, and you go through the 6 months and you learn it all. We go through the 12 lessons together. We go through how to set that goal. You know, lesson 1 is called a worthy ideal, so that's making sure that you're setting the right C-type goal. Lesson 2 is a knowing doing gaps. That's when we set up your habits, you know, your success habits. Number 3 is your infinite mind. That's when we start learning about the power of your subconscious mind and how it controls your actions. Lesson 4 is called the secret genie. That's when we get into real depth with the stick person and really understand the mechanics behind that relationship between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind and your actions. Lesson 5 is called Thinking into Results. That's when we show you how to strengthen your higher mental faculties, so your memory, your will, perception, imagination, intuition. They're all things that you must learn to use. Most people don't know how to use them, but they're all things you have to use if you are going to get ahead. Lesson 6 is the self-image lesson. That's called Environment is But Our Looking Glass. That's where we develop unstoppable self-confidence. Lesson 7 is the terror barrier. It's where we're trampling the terror barrier. It's where we teach you how to just get on with it, even though you're scared. Lesson 8 is called the power of praxis. That's about belief. That's about instilling belief at a real core level, you know, knowing there's a difference between believing you can achieve something and knowing that it's going to happen. And that's what we do in lesson 8. Lesson 9 is called the magic word. That's all about attitude. It's about how to stay positive all the time, how to not let people on the outside make you feel bad, how to not let things that are going on the outside worry you and bring you down and knock you off course. Lesson 10 is called the most valuable person. That's about becoming a great leader, because if you're going to achieve, you know, look at everybody you know who's achieved great success. They're all really good leaders. You've got to have the elements of a good leader so that people want to follow you and help you and come along on the ride with you. Lesson 11 is called the impression of increase. That's about how to make everybody that comes into contact with you feel amazing and feel like they've really gained something from being in your presence. And lesson 12 is the power of the mastermind. That's about how to make sure you've got the people around you and you've got the community, and you've got a team who can help you, who, you know, you've got the people that you need, the resources that you need to achieve what you want to achieve. So we do all that in 24 weeks, and the thing is, you learn it all the first time. You become almost an expert in it. You understand it at a real deep level, and people see fantastic results in the first 6 months. But then when you start again, which is what most people do, and most people have to enroll again, but I'm offering it for, you know, I'm throwing in the second lot of Thinking Into Results this time, because when you go through it again, everything changes, because you are starting, you know, if you imagine you go through, it all builds step by step. Each lesson builds on the last. So you start off down here somewhere and you work your way through the 6 months and you end up here, and then you start again. You start Thinking Into Results again, but this time you're starting from here and then you're on an upward trajectory to goodness knows where. So you know, the sooner that you can find your way into it, the better. And at the end of the day, the full payment is just over £4,000. If you can't make back that £4,000 in a year working with me and Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, there's something wrong, to be honest. You know, you've just got to make the decision and commit to doing it, and we will help you do that. There's just no way that you're not going to make that money back if you do what we're telling you to do. So there's the choice. Everybody loves my sense of humour. Hi Terry. Realised I've doubted what I've been learning about myself in these challenges previously. This time I really feel the difference. It's like something clicked in my brain. That's the repetition, Lynn. That's the repetition. Right. Okay. So as I say, you will be hearing from me. I will be sending out links for you to have a look at Thinking Into Results. I would love for you to join me. It is life-changing. You will see the testimonials from people, the people in this group who've been through it and who are going through it again. But you know, that's a decision only you can make. We'll be back sometime in April for the next free challenge. The Science of Getting Rich live stream event is at the beginning of May. So I'll put a link to that in the group. Those of you who are joining Thinking Into Results, you'll get that included. But I'll put the link to it in the group in case anybody wants to register for that event. I'll be taking a group through it on Facebook, so we'll all watch it together in my Facebook group. It's over 3 days, and I do my own wrap-ups after each session, little video wrap-ups, and answer questions and do additional training in the Facebook group. If you want to join us for that, I think that's it. If there's no more questions, just hang on because I know there's a bit of a time lag. Right, that's it. thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I have had a ball, as always. It's always a bit of hard work. It was a little bit draining, 5-day challenge, but I absolutely love it. So thank you so much for helping me make it a success by joining me and engaging and getting your answers down in the group. That's it. Please join me in thinking to results. If not, I may see you in a future challenge. Thank you very much, and I will say bye for now.